Next week on Days of Our Lives, Salem is not just dealing with secrets anymore. It is dealing with the consequences of miracles, revenge, old love, buried memories, and one DiMera scheme that could turn deadly very fast. The week of May 18th to May 22nd brings emotional shocks on every side. So this is not just another week of drama. This is the kind of week where one person's return can change a family, one memory can expose a conspiracy, and one dangerous request can pull Salem closer to disaster. Let's break it all down. Lexi Carver's return is not just a miracle. It is a direct emotional earthquake for Abe. For years, Abe believed Lexi was part of a life he had lost forever. He mourned her, carried her memory, and eventually tried to keep living. That is what makes this situation so painful. Abe did not stop loving Lexi because he wanted to. He moved forward because he believed he had no other choice. But now Lexi is awake. And for her, time may feel completely different. Lexi may look at Abe and still see her husband, her love, her family, and the future she was supposed to have. She did not choose to leave him. She did not choose to disappear from Theo's life. So when she learns that Abe has married Paulina, the shock may hit her hard. Lexi is not just jealous. She is grieving the years stolen from her. She is trying to understand how the world moved on while her heart stayed in the same place. And Paulina is not just the other woman. She is Abe's wife, someone who loved him through a different chapter of his life. That is what makes Abe's position so heartbreaking. If he leans toward Lexi, he risks hurting Paulina deeply. If he stays committed to Paulina, he may feel like he is turning away from a woman he once thought he would never see again. Either choice comes with pain. And when Lexi finally faces Paulina, the conversation may be tense, emotional, and impossible to avoid. Lexi may want answers. Paulina may try to stay strong. But underneath every word, one question will be hanging in the air. Who does Abe belong with now? The woman from his past, or the woman standing beside him today? As Abe and Lexi spend more time together, Theo could become the emotional center of this conflict. For Theo, Lexi's return may feel like a dream he never expected to come true. After all the years of loss, he suddenly has both parents in front of him again. That is not something he can easily separate from emotion. He may begin to imagine family dinners, old memories returning, and the possibility that Abe and Lexi can become a family again. But Theo's hope could create quiet pressure on Abe. Abe may already be struggling with guilt, love, loyalty, and confusion. Seeing Theo want his parents reunited could make everything even harder. It may remind Abe of what was lost, but also of what has changed. Paulina will likely feel that change immediately. Even if she tries to act noble, even if she tells herself Abe deserves time with Lexi, it will still hurt. Paulina did not enter Abe's life as a temporary substitute. She built a real marriage with him. She stood by him. She loved him in the life he had after Lexi. That is why Chanel and Lonnie may push her not to surrender too quickly. They may see Paulina preparing to step aside before Abe has even made a real choice. And from their point of view, Paulina should not erase her own marriage just because Lexi has returned. Compassion is one thing. Giving up completely is another. Lexi has every reason to want her family back. Theo has every reason to dream of his parents together. Paulina has every reason to fight for her husband. And Abe may be left trying to protect everyone's heart while his own heart is divided. In Salem, love rarely disappears cleanly. Sometimes, it returns at the worst possible moment. While Abe's story is built on emotion, Kristen's storyline brings a much darker kind of tension. Kristen DiMera appears ready to pull Xander Kyriakis into a dangerous plan, and this is not just a small favor. She may want him to continue the scheme Sophia Choi left unfinished, a deadly plan aimed at Johnny DiMera. Xander has done terrible things before. He knows what it means to make ruthless choices. But the difference now is that he is no longer a man with nothing to lose. Victoria has changed the picture. His future matters more, his freedom matters more, his reputation, his family, and the kind of father he becomes all matter now. So Kristen's request may force Xander to confront a brutal question. Is he still the man people can hire for dark DiMera business, or is he trying to become someone better? Kristen, of course, will not frame it that way. She may pressure him, tempt him, manipulate him, or make the plan sound like a necessary move. But Xander is smart enough to notice something strange. Why is Johnny the target when EJ is the one Kristen truly despises? If Xander challenges Kristen's logic, he may accidentally push her anger in a new direction. Kristen may begin thinking beyond Johnny and toward EJ himself. And once Kristen starts imagining revenge against EJ, the danger could multiply fast. Because Kristen does not simply hate quietly. When she feels betrayed, cornered, or robbed of control, she becomes unpredictable. That means Xander may not just be deciding whether to accept a job. He may be deciding whether to step into a DiMera war that could swallow him whole. And if he makes the wrong move, the cost may not only be legal trouble or another enemy. It could be the future he is trying to build with his daughter. While Kristen's schemes are getting darker, EJ may be walking into a different kind of danger. The danger hidden inside his own mind. This week, EJ will turn to Marlena for hypnosis, hoping she can help him recover more of what happened with Cat Green at the clinic in Italy. On the surface, this looks like a search for answers. EJ wants to understand the missing pieces. He wants to know what was real, what was manipulated, and why certain memories refuse to stay buried. But with EJ, memory is never just memory. The moment he starts putting the timeline together, Kat's secret becomes much harder to protect. Because Kat has not simply been part of EJ's mysterious past. She has been working with the ISA, and her connection to FBI agent Rafe Hernandez suggests that EJ has been the target of a much larger takedown mission. EJ may not just remember a strange encounter in Italy. He may realize he was being studied, guided, or used. And if he connects Kat to Rafe, the fallout could be brutal. Kat's biggest risk is not only exposure. It is EJ's reaction after exposure. EJ can be charming when he wants control, but when he feels betrayed, he becomes dangerous in a very calculated way. He may not explode immediately. He may smile, stay quiet, and begin planning his counterattack. Marlena's involvement adds another layer of tension. She may think she is helping EJ recover the truth, but she could accidentally help him uncover a secret that puts Kat, Rafe, and the entire operation in danger. One recovered memory may be all it takes. And once EJ knows he has been played, the hunters may suddenly become the hunted. As EJ's memory crisis grows, Tony DiMera may keep pushing Gabby Hernandez toward the DiMera CEO seat. And for Gabby, this is not a small temptation. She knows business. She knows strategy. She knows how to survive in a room full of people who underestimate her. So when Tony offers her a path back to real power, Gabby may see more than a title. She may see control, influence, and a chance to prove she belongs at the top. But DiMera power is never clean. Tony may frame this as the perfect opportunity, especially if EJ is distracted, Kristen is unstable, and the family is divided. From the outside, the timing may look ideal. Gabby could step in while everyone else is too busy fighting personal wars. But that is also what makes the offer suspicious. Why does Tony want Gabby specifically? Is he truly backing her, or does he need someone bold enough to take the risk while he stays protected? Gabby may be smart enough to recognize that the CEO chair can look like a prize from a distance. But inside the DiMera mansion, it often becomes a trap. Still, Gabby's ambition may pull her closer. She may believe she can handle the danger. She may even believe she can outplay the DiMeras at their own game. And honestly, she might be right, for a while. But the real question is not whether Gabby can win the position. The question is whether she can keep it without becoming another piece in someone else's plan. Away from the corporate and DiMera drama, Salem's younger generation will be dealing with pressure of its own. Holly Jonas may finally lose control over the Sophia situation, and that reaction could come from more than simple frustration. Sophia's drama has created confusion, emotional damage, and dangerous uncertainty. Holly may not know which version of the story to believe anymore. She may be angry, scared, and tired of watching secrets change everyone's lives. Her outburst could reveal just how much this situation has affected her. Sometimes Holly tries to act stronger than she feels, but this week may show the cracks. If Sophia's choices keep dragging other people into the fallout, Holly may reach the point where staying quiet is no longer possible. Meanwhile, Alex will spend time bonding with baby Kelsey, and this could be an important turning point for him. Fatherhood may bring out a softer, more responsible side of Alex. He may begin to see Kelsey not as a complication, but as a reason to grow up. But Stephanie may not experience that moment the same way. To Alex, bonding with Kelsey may feel beautiful. To Stephanie, it may feel like the beginning of a new family structure she never asked for. Joy will naturally remain connected to Alex because of the baby. And if Joy tries to get closer to him emotionally too, Stephanie may feel pushed into a very uncomfortable position. The tension here does not need a villain. Joy may simply want support. Alex may simply want to be a good father. Stephanie may genuinely want to be understanding. But understanding the situation does not erase jealousy, fear, or insecurity. That is what makes this storyline quietly powerful. No one has to make a dramatic betrayal for damage to begin. Sometimes, all it takes is watching the person you love build a bond with someone else, and wondering where that leaves you. After so much tension, days will also slow down for something deeply meaningful, a tribute to Kayla and Steve's love story. This celebration marks 40 years since Mary Beth Evans first appeared as Kayla, and the show will honor that milestone by letting Steve and Kayla reflect on their history together. In a week filled with revenge plots, divided marriages, secret missions, and emotional uncertainty, Steve and Kayla offer something different. Their scenes are not just about remembering the past. They are about showing what love looks like after decades of storms. Their relationship has survived danger, separation, heartbreak, and impossible odds. They have been tested again and again, yet their connection still carries warmth, loyalty, and history. That is why their tribute may hit viewers in a very emotional way. While Abe is torn between past and present, Steve and Kayla represent a love that has found a way to endure both. While Kristen and EJ move through manipulation and revenge, Steve and Kayla remind the audience that Salem is not only built on secrets. It is also built on couples who made viewers believe in lasting love. So these scenes may feel softer, but they are not filler. They are the heart of the week. And after all the chaos surrounding Lexi, Abe, Kristen, EJ, Gabby, Holly, Alex, and Stephanie, Steve and Kayla's story may remind fans why emotional history matters just as much as shocking twists. So the week of May 18th to May 22nd could be one of the most emotional and dangerous weeks Salem has seen in a long time. Lexi's return may tear Abe between two loves. Paulina may have to decide whether to fight or walk away. Kristen could push Xander toward a choice he may regret forever. EJ's memories may expose Kat's secret mission. Gabby may be tempted by DiMera power. And Steve and Kayla will bring heart to the middle of the storm. But the biggest question is this: will Salem's miracles heal old wounds, or create new ones? Stay tuned, because next week on Days of Our Lives, the past is not staying buried, and the truth may be more dangerous than anyone expects.